I'm Sandi Jerome, and welcome to Lesson 11 of Disney Sunrise Yoga. Just a little short version. I'm a yoga instructor, and my goal is a year from now to attend the Disney Sunrise Yoga, either at Hollywood Studios or at the Magic Kingdom. But don't want to fall down on the concrete, so this series is to teach myself and teach you the various poses that they do at this. I've been watching the videos from previous ones and to kind of get familiar. We'll also be stretching out and maybe even lose weight. So stay tuned at the end of this video where I kind of explain my objective here. But today we're going to be doing the tabletop cat and cow. I love these two poses. They feel really, really good. What we're going to do is we'll do a little review. We're going to start at the forward fold, which is basically our touching our toes, and hopefully that's getting easier for you. We'll move into the downward facing dog. We're kind of one of those iconic yoga poses. Um, and then we'll go into the tabletop, which is all being on all fours. So tippy toes to all fours. And then we'll do our cat. Cat is the arching of the back. Just think of a cat, and you see them do this all the time. They do it when they're kind of sleeping or almost like a yawning. And they also do it if they're threatened. But we'll just think of them as doing it as when they're yawning. And then we'll do the cow where we dip our back down in. Okay, so don't have any explanation for why it's called the cow. Maybe because a cow maybe has a little bit of a dip back. So, okay, we'll start with our forward fold. So we're going to just come up here, do our tippy toes. We'll start off with the block, if this is new to you, moving down a little bit more, okay, till it gets comfortable. Then we maybe can be without the block and touch all the way to the bottom. The forward fold is this. We put our hands down and try to move as close to our knees as we possibly can, okay? I have a chair right here for balance if there's any problem, okay? And then the table pose is where we just make ourselves look like a table here, nice and flat back, okay? And we look forward, stretching out that back, okay, all through here, okay? Stretching it out. So that's our table pose. And then we're going to move into the downward facing dog, which is where we put our hands down here, bend our knees a little bit, inhale, step back, exhale, inhale, step back, and then we're going to try to be moving our, see my heels, our heels down into the mat. At first that may be hard, so don't try to force it. Be very, very careful on it. Then we'll just drop down into our table pose. Okay? And the table pose has so many other poses that we'll move from here. But right now we're just going to do today the cat, where we arch our back, breathe in. Oh, that feels so good. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Going back into a nice flat back. I have my chair here for balance if I need it. Okay? Breathe in. And then breathe out. Okay? And then our cow is where we arch our back down. Okay? See my back going arch down. Breathe in. And breathe out, bringing it back to flat. Breathe in, arch it down. Breathe in. And arch it down. Okay? Now last week we also did our cobra, so we'll do that as a little review, where we actually come back down into what's called a plank, but I'm not going to really do the plank today. That's for another lesson. And we just come up like a snake. Okay? Stretch that back out. Come back down again. Breathe in. Move up. And breathe out. Okay? From here, we can move back into our tabletop. Okay? Do our cat. And our cow. Our cat, arch our back. And our cow. And then Nice even back into our tabletop. Step up and back into our forward fold. Okay. So that kind of does our little sequence that we're doing there. Forward fold, downward facing dog, going to the tabletop, okay? Do our cat and cow. We can go down and do our cobra and stretch our back. Oh, that feels so good, okay, when we do that. And that is our little review of our last one. Now, if you've been watching our first 1 through 7, we moved in all the way to the forward fold by doing our sun salutation, our warrior, okay, we step forward, okay, I'm only going to do it on one side. Our half moon, I'm going to do our half moon, our mountain pose. And for each of these, we want to take about 8, I'm kind of going through them quickly, but we're going to take 8 breaths in and 8 breaths out, of course, okay? And on our mountain, we have our chair nearby where we can go up on our tippy toes, okay, if you feel comfortable with that, okay? Our heaven and earth, we bring our hand out, bring our other hand up, look up to the heaven, and back down to the earth, okay? Up to the heaven, and back down to the earth. Then we did our hug, which felt so good. Bring our arms up. And then from our hug, we move what we call like a swan dive into our forward fold. Okay, then our downward facing dog, our table pose, our cobra, and then our cat and our cow. Okay, so next week have a very next lesson. We have a very difficult one. It's called the crescent low lunge. We're going to be on one leg and putting our hand up. So, but for now, try to go through these. Do your 8 breaths each, and I may be off just a couple weeks. I don't know, but try to keep on going through and learning the 11 poses that we've done up until now. Go back through the lessons, get familiar with them. So that it isn't so much. And again, we're starting a whole year later. And stay tuned to hear everything about Disney's Sunrise Yoga. Thank you for watching.
Hi, I'm Sandi Jerome, a novelist and a screenwriter and a huge Disney fan. But I'm also a certified yoga instructor, but have not taught it until now. I learned yoga to lose 30 pounds during COVID, but now I want to do the sunrise yoga at Disney. The problem is that I'm a little rusty, so I've studied all the YouTube videos online from the various Disney sunrise yoga events over the years and made a list of all the poses, and I'll create one lesson for each. And I'll go slow and also show you the chair method for most, and hopefully you'll be like me and plan on attending a sunrise yoga in 2025 as part of your goals and maybe lose some weight. My yoga training is a little different than normal videos or classes because we'll have the background of my favorite places at Disney parks. You're going to get a lot of the animal kingdom because I live closest to that park, and as a Florida annual pass holder and animal lover, I spend a lot of time there. If you take a standard yoga lesson, you might get bogged down with all the Sanskrit pose names and all the ways to do it exactly right. But to keep things generic and simple, I'm only going to tell you the tips to do the pose easier and feel good, because if you're like me, you just want to go to the sunrise yoga and not fall down on that concrete at Disney. Be sure and visit my channel on YouTube when you're done and search on Sandi Jerome and subscribe and ring the bell to get notified. Hi, I'm Sandi Jerome, and I'm a writer and a graduate of UCLA's Advanced Screenwriting Program. My screenplay, Runaway Cricket, is being produced as an animated musical sci-fi by blackorb.com. I'm an enrolled and blood member of the Cherokee Nation and a 2023 Native American Media Alliance Feature Film Fellow. If you visit my website, sandijerome.com, I have lots of scripts, mostly with strong female leads. I also write a lot of books, and some are available for free download at my website, sandijerome.com, or on Amazon. Just search on Amazon, Sandi Jerome. I'm a huge Disney fan and a certified Disney expert, and I wrote Pixie Dust Death. It's a young adult novel set at Disney World. I've also written a book about my experience on the Disney Wish Cruise, along with the Viking River Cruise. You can find links on my website along with the shopping list for items that I mention in the YouTube videos about these cruises. Now that I've finished my Disney Wish videos, I've moved on to Disney's Animal Kingdom, my favorite Disney park, and I've written a book about the amazing animals. Well, thank you for watching. Be sure to visit my website for some free ebooks you can download. And please like and subscribe and ring the bell to get alerted of my next videos.